Morning, folks. All right. So hopefully today you have a complete rough draft. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to reduce your wordiness and improve clarity. And so you're looking for a final draft. A and B blocks. Your final drafts are due on Turnitin by tomorrow at the beginning of class. D block you guys have until Thursday because our class doesn't meet tomorrow. So just a couple things to remind you. Remember that you really want to think about using precise language. We've talked about how verbs like says or shows or states are functional but general. It's okay to use them, but you want to use them sparingly because they often they don't convey your precise meaning. So, for instance, if I wanted to say through Sanji's character, Lahiri, instead of saying says or shows, I could use a more specific verb like criticizes or highlights or clarifies or ridicules or acknowledges, anything like that. Go back to your list of power verbs. I will repost that on today's assignment for you. All right. So I told you for the assignment that your word count is going to be 750 words maximum. I know that a couple of you are really, really struggling with that. So here's the thing. I totally get that, like, the word count is fairly arbitrary, right? What I really want for this draft is that you try your best to reduce your word count as much as possible. And I think having a maximum pushes you towards that. If you have tried your best and you're like, I can't do it, Miss Golding, it is just too long. I believe that I need everything. Just write me a note at the end saying that. And I will keep that in mind. It's not like I'm going to automatically subtract 10 points if you go over 750. This is not the common application where your document just won't submit. But I really do want you to hold that in your mind for 750 because I think it will push you to reduce unnecessary wordiness. So first, I want you to read through your draft and look for unnecessary repetition and redundant phrases, quotations that could be shortened, and overly general sentences that could be cut so you can get to the point more quickly. And then I suggest you go to the Find function under your Edit tab. So I don't know if I have it. Yeah. So go to Find and Replace there. And I suggest that you search for the following words and suffixes. You can search is, am, are, or being, like all the to be verbs. Your verbs should be in present tense for literary analysis. So hopefully you're not using was or were. Look for unnecessary use of the word there. You might also I would add it. Remember, you don't want to unnecessarily say there is, there are, it is, and so on. And I do a search for TION words. So when you find these things, it doesn't mean that you automatically have to get rid of them, but instead I'd like you to scrutinize them. Do you need all of these words? Could or should any of them be changed to something more active or something more precise? And then finally, one last question that I'm getting from folks is how to format titles. So the basic rule of thumb is that titles of long things are italicized and titles of short things are put in quotation marks. So if you write interpreter of maladies and put it in italics, then you're referring to the title of the entire short story collection, the whole book, and that's how I will take it. If you say interpreter of maladies in quotation marks, then you're referring to the short story, right? The title of the third story in the collection. So that you will distinguish between those two, the entire book and the story, through the way you format the title. And then all the other short stories like This Blessed House, etc., would just be put in quotation marks. All right, folks. So today is just for you to go through and check on all your sentences and revise them as best you can. I totally understand that this type of editing can be slow going and can be tedious, right? That's why I wanted to give you an entire day to do it. If you know that a sentence is formatted or worded incorrectly and you're not sure how to reword it, go ahead and pop into the Zoom or send me an email and I'll be happy to help you with that. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.